This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm Christine Stanwood with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. A fire destroyed a home in the North Valley overnight. This is a look over the scene from the Cliff Castle chopper. It started around 3 this morning near Tatum Boulevard and Bell Road. The family that lives there is out of town, so no one was inside when that fire started. But neighbors were able to help firefighters get a hold of the homeowners.
The good thing about this is in these neighborhoods, everybody's super close. So when someone goes out of town, they know so-and-so's out of town and they're wherever. This is the number where we can get a hold of them. So that was very helpful because, like you said, the first thing we're thinking is 3 a.m. in the morning, sleep. We don't know who's in the house, how many people are in the house, and we've got this type of fire going on.
So investigators still trying to figure out exactly how this fire began. New Wednesday, a judge sentencing Bryan Patrick Miller to death today after a jury found him guilty in April for 2 murders committed along a Phoenix canal in the early 90s. The families of Angela Brasso and 17-year-old Melanie Bernas in the courtroom today where they read powerful statements ahead of the sentencing. Tonight at 10, new details on the choice Miller now faces and the method of his execution. Right now, police are looking for the driver involved in a deadly hit and run in Glendale. It happened last week near 51st Avenue in Camelback. We're told a 42-year-old man was hit and killed. Investigators say this white Ford you see there, an F-150, was seen leaving the scene. It does have black rims and a camper shell. It is also believed to be missing the right rear view mirror. So anyone, if you recognize this truck, is asked to call Glendale PD. Millions of Americans waking up to this for a second straight day. The air quality across Northeast, the worst recorded in the U.S. since 1999. The haze extending as far south as Georgia and the Carolinas. So we're asking, what's bringing all this harmful smoke in? Hundreds of out-of-control wildfires raging across Canada.
Across the country, there are currently 413 wildfires burning, and 249 of those fires are deemed out of control.
Very strange. I got up out of the subway and it looked like a zombie apocalypse.
It sure does. Yeah, 10,000 miles of Canadian land have been burned from this fire season just so far, with more than 26,000 people forced to evacuate their homes. Now, as far as the smoke, experts say it could stick around until the weekend when a storm system may help clear up the sky. A former Tucson middle school teacher has been sentenced after making death threats against Arizona Senator Wendy Rogers. Donald Brown has entered a guilty plea for attempting to make a terrorist threat after emailing a shop saying he would shoot up the store and Senator Rogers. Brown will serve 2.5 years in prison. An MCSO deputy in the hospital this afternoon after a suspected DUI driver crashed into their patrol car. It happened overnight near Glendale Avenue and El Mirage. We're told both the deputy and the other driver have minor injuries. Glendale police say speed and impairment appear to be a factor for the other driver. As fire concerns ramp up here in Arizona, the Tonto National Forest will put fire and recreational shooting restrictions on parts of the forest effective tomorrow. That does include areas like the Superstition Wilderness, Four Peaks Wilderness, and Mazatzal Wilderness. Those restrictions are in place until the Forest Service lifts them. Helping connect the valley to the city of Maricopa, ADOT wants to hear from you about a proposed traffic interchange for State Route 347 and Riggs Road. There are 4 different designs that they're considering. You can take a look at those on your screen. Until then, a study on what to do at the interchange is expected to continue through the summer of 2025. You can give your input through the end of the month.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, tracking your most accurate forecast as we continue this break from the sizzling triple digits. Tomorrow, temperatures only peaking in the 90s, a little bit below normal for this time of year. We'll hit 90 at noon, 97 around 4 p.m., and 94 in that forecast around 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Winds in the valley staying light, but we've got breezes picking up again across northern Arizona, along the rim, and into southeastern Arizona tomorrow afternoon. Those winds coming as low pressure passes by, and another low pressure system will be moving in from the west for the later part of the weekend and early next week. So we've got more wind and cooler air coming into Arizona as that moves through. A brief stint in the triple digits for the valley, and by that I mean a one and done on Saturday, and then temperatures will start to drop again down to 96 on Monday and up near that triple digit mark again toward the middle of next week.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.